Good day, everyone. So today are going to present to you the persuasive writing activities that can be designed using Kendall and Manzano's taxonomy. And this taxonomy is a framework that helps us organize learning tasks from the simplest to the most complex, and it focuses not just on recalling facts but also on how we think, solve problems, and even reflect on our own values. So let us go through each level one by one and see how our persuasive writing topic can be fit in these activities. Okay, so first we have here the level 1, which is retrieval. So at this level, the focus is on recalling and recognizing information that students have already been taught. Retrieval tasks ask learners to bring out facts, terms, or details from memory. So my activity here are just students are simply identifying and encircling modals like should, must, can, and connectors like because, therefore, however. So this is just a basic recall task for them. It doesn't ask students to explain or analyze, only to recognize what they already know. It is easy to recall because these words are words that may strengthen persuasion, like just for example here, I encircle the word must. So that is the recalling activity. Next, we have the level 2, which is comprehension. So comprehension requires students to construct meaning, to explain ideas in their own words, and connect them with their own experiences. So my activity here is define your own words, what persuasive writing is, and then give a real life example. So in this activity, instead of just memorizing the definition of persuasive writing, learners have to restate it using their own understanding. Then they will apply it to a real life example, such as like advertising, a debate, or convincing someone. So this shows they really understand persuasion. Not just memorize it, but they understand what is the topic all about. What is persuasive writing all about? So let's go to level 3, which is the analysis. So here in analysis, we have to break down information, and they have to examine quality, effectiveness, and structure. So here in my activity, have to compare a weak and strong argument. So here are given 2 arguments. So the learners must analyze and explain why one argument is stronger than the other. Then they have to compare the 2 arguments. These tasks requires them to go beyond recall or definition because it requires them to evaluate their reasoning and distinguished quality. So they have to compare the 2 arguments, and one is weak and one is strong. So they have to analyze and explain why the one is much more stronger than the one statement. Now we are here in level 4, which is the knowledge utilization. So this level requires applying knowledge to real-world problems. So learners are not just identifying here or analyzing anymore. They are using their persuasive writing skills to create a solution. So my activity here is problem solving. They have to write a persuasive solution for students being late after recess. So they have to propose a persuasive argument to solve the problem of classmates being late after recess. They have also to form, of course, thesis statement, which is a very important and persuasive essay, support it with arguments, and provide evidences. They will apply their knowledge about making a persuasive essay by giving its thesis statements, arguments, and evidences to persuade their readers. Level 5. So level 5 is the metacognitive system. So the metacognitive system, or the metacognitive level, is about the student's self-awareness, thinking about one's own thinking. Here, students reflect on which persuasive words or techniques work best for them, whether they struggled, and how they can improve. So, my activity here is a persuasion journal. Reflect on techniques, struggles, and improvements. So, this is not just about writing arguments anymore. It's about monitoring and regulating their own learning process. By keeping a persuasion journal, students become aware of their strengths and weaknesses, which is exactly what this level emphasizes. So, they need to write a journal by answering these questions and reflect on themselves, how they will improve, and be aware of their own thinking. And the level 6, the last level of this taxonomy, we have here the self system. So the self-system level is the highest because it involves personal values, goals, and motivation. It asks, why does this matter to me and why should I care? So my activity here is they will write a persuasive letter to someone important with reflection. Okay, so this activity, students will write a persuasive letter to someone meaningful, like a teacher, parent, or a friend, and it is about an issue that is important to them. Then they will reflect on why they choose this person and why is this issue really matters to them. Here, a persuasion is not just a school exercises anymore. It becomes personal, connected to their identity and purpose. That's why it fits the self-level system activities. Okay, so that is all my activities on each level of taxonomy of Kendall and Manzano, and it is all about the topic persuasive writing.